So it's better to catch these swings than to buy and hold and just be even Steven. I prefer to be in the green or the black than in the red. Tesla is still pretty strong. It is stabilizing a little bit. It's starting to go a little bit sideways, but we still made a higher low. We have a low at 244.57 today, and on Friday we had a low at 242.46. And in terms of the high, look at the high. The high was at 259.44 right here, 259.44 today, and on Friday it was at 252. So, you know, things are still moving a little bit higher, but they are moving a little bit more sideways. We don't have any red candle yet, so this is always good. I added a few lines to contextualize things a little bit. I still think that we could get up to 265.32. Now we are pausing a little bit sooner. We are pausing at 260.17, which is an area that we paused at December of last year. If we take a look at the 1 hour chart, this is the first candle of the day. We closed above 250. So 250 is another line. You know, 250, we had a hard time breaking above 250 last Friday. We broke it towards the end of the day. So at the end of the day on Friday at 2:30 and at 3:30, we broke above 250 and we stayed there. Today, this morning, we started a little bit lower, but still closed above 250. Then the second hour was pretty strong. And then this is where we reached 260 on the third hour. You see it here? You see it here. You know, this is almost picture perfect. You know, we came, boom, and we stopped at 259.44, and then we started to come down a little bit. But when we came down, we briefly went below 250, but we still closed above, closed above, closed above, closed above. 250 is a support that lasted right now on the 1 hour chart. So we are basically into a congestion zone. This is how we call it. When we are stuck between two numbers, we have 250 right here, we have 260.17 right there. Let's come back on the daily chart. So on the daily chart, in terms of indicators, stochastic is at 92, extremely strong. MACD is great. RSI is overbought. So we have some overbought value. As I've said in the past, when something is overbought, it does not necessarily mean that it's going to go right away down. So something can be overbought and still go quite far. Tesla was overbought from here to here, right there. This part here was overbought, and look at how far we went. So, you know, this is not per se a problem, but what would be healthy? What would be healthy for Tesla is to stabilize right there, maybe above 238. Because we also have support in the past at 238, so it would not be too bad to stay above 238 a little bit until we get the earnings. So this would allow RSI to cool down a little bit and maybe go below 70. And then based on what we are going to hear on the earnings call, then we could be ready for a second ride. And that second ride, if it allows us to break 265.32, technically we could be getting up to 313.13, which is a top that we did in September of 2022, and we have not been able to get to that point yet so far. It's almost, this is a year and a half. So, you know, nobody knows what is going to happen, but it sure looks like it's pretty good. Now, in terms of the volume is very strong, maintaining itself quite strong. This is still looking good, even though we are starting to go a little bit sideways. The profit is there. I don't expect, based on what I see, much move before the earnings. So things might be staying pretty much put. And then close to the earnings, then we are going to have to decide what we are going to do. Because if we have a bad earnings, we could be falling down, and that would be too bad. So stay tuned on this channel, subscribe, and we are going to look at the different ways we can position ourselves in order to protect what we gain, but also gain in addition if something big is happening during the earnings call. Let's take a look at the VIX. VIX is going sideways. This is nice. This is not too high. This is helping the stock market. Bonds continuing down. This is going to help the stock market also. We are happy. This should be coming down for the next couple of weeks. Let's take a look at stock indices. Dow Jones going sideways. Still has room to go up. Still has room to go up. S&P 500 continuing higher. We are happy to see this. When everything is in sync, we love it. When Tesla is going higher a little bit, when the stock indices are also going higher, it means that the whole market is in sync. We like to see this. Nasdaq the same thing. Look at this continuing, very happy. Let's take a look at some important stocks. Apple continuing quite strongly also. We were into this congestion zone at 220 and now we are just continuing quite far. Getting close to some resistance, so we'll see what is going to happen. Are we going to cave in or just continue through them, depending on the force? Depending on the strength of those stocks, we are going to see what happens. Amazon, we had the move not too long ago. This is continuing, but stabilizing, I would say. AMD, it was a time to buy a couple of days ago. Now this is continuing. We are going to have another test. We are going to have another test when we break 185. Then this is going to be another sign that we can continue. Adobe, well, this one is continuing as we had, identified. I lost some lines right here, but when we broke this one right here, this was pretty much it for Adobe. ARM, fantastic, continuing higher. We are happy to see this. We are even breaking a bullish channel resistance. So it means that it wants to go even higher than this bullish channel allows. So that's quite strong. Google, Google has done fantastically. This is just a little bit of a pullback. Microsoft also a bit of a pullback. Meta a pullback after having a nice break on Friday. Nvidia just going sideways. This one is not doing well. Stochastic is not over 60, which is something that we really like before seeing a stock go higher, and we don't have it yet. And we tried to break 128.26 today. Was rejected. Look at this. It was rejected. It's coming back down. If we take a look at the 1 hour chart, we broke it on the 1 hour chart during the day, but then second to last hour, boom, we came back down. This one has a hard time. Palantir, we had a nice break of 25.52 not too long ago. This one is continuing and we have even closed above. This is significant. We have closed above 27.53, which is a number that we have not been able to close above since March 2021. That's a long time. So this is why I don't buy and hold, because I can be buying and holding for a super long time. I prefer to cut my loss there, let it come down, stabilize, get back in right here like we did. You can watch my video in the past, May 2023. Boom, we got back in right here to catch a swing, then spend several months doing nothing. Then we caught another swing, and now we are catching a third swing. So it's better to catch these swings than to buy and hold and just be even Steven. I prefer to be in the green or the black than in the red. SMCI going sideways, SoFi going sideways. Let's look at our EV stocks. BYD going sideways. Eventually it's going to break 30.79. That would be good, but so far it's just doing nothing. You can stay in it, this is still healthy. We are still into a bullish channel. This is just a temporary sideways thing until we start bouncing on this. If we don't, then you need to make another decision. Lucid, we had the buy right here, July 3rd. Right now it should go to 336. Okay. Rivian had a little bit of a hard time staying above 14.59. Now this is going higher right here. I would still get in. There are so many things that I could buy. This is one of them. At $15 a share, buying 1,000 shares does not cost that much. And this one could theoretically go technically it could go, it could go to the top that it had last year, 26.91. So, this one could be a nice trade. Nouveau Monde Graphite doing nothing. NIM, Nicola Mining tried to break 34 cents, did not succeed. I'm just watching that one. Bitcoin going sideways, XRP going sideways. Gold sideways still. Silver pulling back a little bit after the break at 10.23. So yeah, Tesla is still very healthy. It's not coming down a lot. It's pausing. So let's give it time. Let's give it time. Let's not stress too much. The volume is still super great. The VIX is still good. So we don't see any signs that it really wants to come down. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.